The Spodek, once you've been thrust to the lower bracket. Rebels, Falcons, Complexity, the teams as well in the same. Let's see how this pistol goes. We are ready to rumble. One expert favors NaVi.
Just an A execute. Looks like Stairs Smokes should fight towards CT. Have to get through Bit and Wonderful.
Here we go. Bit, his first challenge, and trying to back away. Hopefully a bait. Oh, Wonderful on criminally under-checked positions. Satanito's taking him down all the same. And just like that, with smokes and frags, the A site should be there. Bit tries to contest from CT. Tatsunito and Jacob make short work of them. Sense gets away with his life as well. And JL wondering what he's supposed to do with this.
Yeah, the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Just go for an oldie but a goodie. Up, down, smoke. Stairs covering off between Connector and Jungle. Flash, fight CT, run them down. You pesky jumping Glocks. And secure yourself the start of map number 3 as JL has been noted. Looking to see if he can take anybody with him before they run him down. Jiggling in, taking those fights, and Stiko with all 5 staying alive. That is going to feel good and maybe somewhat sour for JL. Important to mention his name. Once upon a time, he was donning this Apeks jersey back when they were finding their biggest of successes. That's one of the reasons he got the call up into this NaVi roster.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't help but understand why it would be extra important. You want to feel like your decision was justified, feel vindicated, beating the team you left and in pursuit of greener pastures.
Especially because you could argue that this Apeks roster is quite weak at the moment. They benched Stiko. They had to bring him back to retain the core 3 to get themselves the RMR spot. They lost Kixon. He's gone over and joined Heroic, who had a barn burner of a series against G2 yesterday. Overtimes on the first 2 maps, and then I believe it simmered out a little bit come Nuke. But for a new Heroic roster who have been on the road for a month and just hardcore practicing, I'd say it's still quite a decent showing.
Nice work, they wide swing the protocols in place to have some value out of these USPs. Good work from Tatsunito, expecting that hunt from JL. So a triple to hold on to his rifle and the round. IEM, he's walking around with the recovered MAC-10, but they're not in any hurry here.
So a full eco into first rifle round should be no Wonderful AWP. So keep that in mind as what type of a CT setup we can see. And then you ask yourself the question, do you want to go like an all-in mid-defense type of round from NaVi where you're jumping out, you're running up the guts, you're making sure you stall out that mid-control? If you're going to throw a lot of utility into that and Apeks, fake it out and stall it, then you're going to use most of your nades in the early stages. I
really liked what Steele was saying on the desk as well in regards to Apex's style and how that may gel with Mirage. He talked about all these kind of lurks and having them spread out. Well, there's a whole lot of places you can be burrowed in with a pesky Palace player. I think he said 16. There are 16 spots where they can be coming on out late and catching a player by surprise. So there's lots of options.
Yeah, this is where you really need to make sure your communication is on point and that information is flowing so it can be capitalized on the most, right? You know what rotations you're likely to force. You know what you're aiming to manifest with these gaps. And the clearer that can be, the better you can punish. So we do see the NaVi buy take shape. Emma out the window, willing to battle as it's 4 top mid. Nobody underpass.
Well, it requires Emma and Wonderful to hit their shots, which they have done. Mission accomplished. JL doesn't need to over-egg the pudding here. But they will. They'll just continue to just barrage them with utility. You can see it's forced to smoke out just for survival, but that's not happening. Jacob cut down. 4 mid, no problem. We'll just kill you one by one. As Stiko going to be hunted on down as well. Controls his spray onto Ime, but at what cost?
I think that's very good for Ime's confidence early, but they couldn't have come easier. The window smoke was after they'd already swung. Yeah. So turning it into a little bit of an aim map in middle, and more than happy to stand and deliver. That's 2 for JL, 2 for Emma, and 1 for Wonderful. A very nice round indeed. NaVi, notch their name onto the CT side with the first round. It's going to be 2-1 in favor of Apeks. Well, they're straight down in the dumps financially. You can see this. Look, just taking Jules top mid, no issues at all. JL just through the cusp of the smoke there onto Stiko. Okay, bye-bye. Still with that wry smile as Apeks are saving. P250, Deagle, and Glocks. How much can they make out of this? Okay, yeah, Nork just taking a sip. This is a good moment for everybody to take a breath. We're early into map number 3. It has been quite the affair on the first 2 maps of play. An awful lot of rounds we've rifled through. And you also just want to allow the CTs to rifle through their nades. Lob them out, block the choke points, as we're seeing right here. HE, a smoke, that's $600. That's $900.
Go on.
Just keep, look at it, money, it grows on trees. These wasteful CTs.
Oh, there it goes. Another 600 down the Swanee.
And we do have Rebels versus Falcons currently taking place on that secondary stream, brought to you by Scrawny and Launders. And maybe a little bit closer than some people would be expecting. Rebels, see how far they can push the likes of Falcons. Map number 1 is Vertigo, if you were interested in going and checking that out. But we might get some kills here in a moment, Alex. They've all congregated now over towards A. You have one member of BIT at the firebox. Emma in float between Connector and the site. How many is he going to get?
I think it's Emma that gets the majority.
Okay.
Whoa. He does get 2. Hectic spray and 2 HP, so understandably not looking for those finals. It's going to be wonderful. He gets himself a double of his own.
That's all good. BIT can now drop an AWP for Wonderful, and he can get the AK. So that's
works out.
A trade that I'm sure BIT's more than willing to make, and that's exactly what's happening in the buy department. No AWP available for Apeks right now, but that was a nothing round. They are the rounds that nobody is getting excited about, other than the players when they look at the stats at the end of the game. Taking notes is Blade, or looking away from what might be about to manifest.
Just doing a doodle.
I'd love to know, you know, what he's taking notes about after a full eco round, essentially. So where they hit,
ask him.
is it, you think he'd tell me?
NaVi's prac room's at the end of my corridor. I might just go knock on the door. Hey lads, I've got one Kahesh.
Oh, Wonderful knocking on Sasanito's door, just jumped out into his demise of middle.
That's peculiar. Very
Indeed.
aggressive.
What was the tell to go for that?
Well, that's an early disadvantage for NaVi to stomach.
Didn't even get to use the AWP. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't think he's even pulled the trigger on that one. So yeah, a very potent piece gone. Sasanito, a brilliant find.
Take those every day of the week. Nade. I think the sound cue would have been heard, but
I really like that Vertigo sticker on Senses Galil. It's part of the Verti gang. And it's Immet that's found an equalizer. There's an opportunity for Sense. He really lackadaisically walks around the corner into the
bomb head and B.
loving embrace. Alexi, Bianca holds firm. Nork seems to have lost him, well aware of the potential for Alexi up close. Oh, they're working it out. Nork's a dead man.
Jumping.
And Nico gonna give it a good go. JL wraps it up, and that's a recovered round. You do not recover the AWP, but you'll take 4 AK-47.
Yeah, just such an odd start of the round with Wonderful jumping out to his demise, but they're able to recover that very, very easily, and you have to thank Emma. This is fantastic work from the Connector player. AK up and over on the little box, picking up 2 big kills. And then, well, with not too many options left, they try their luck on the B bomb site, where Alexi doing a dance on them. Wonderful. I don't know what happened there, but I'm glad he can keep smiling about it, as it will be the first tactical timeout now used by Apeks. And I think one of the keys in these last 3 rounds is the lack of plants as well as the lack of kills. 1 kill per round for the last 3 means lack of damage to the finances and lack of extra money in the back pocket.
It's funny, that was an Apeks timeout. Felt like Blade got a whole lot more of a value out of it, at least from what we're seeing on the cams. Mytha more of a kind of a motivation in that one. Of course, when you're calling these timeouts into a deco, what can you really do? Yeah,
you're either just steadying yourself or you're talking about the follow-up gun round, right? You're trying to, okay, well, this is where the finances are out. Let's just take this eco. We don't grab a deagle. We'll go for a bit of a default spread, see if we can hit a couple of nice shots and warm ourselves into this game. Yet to find a frag is Sense. He's had a couple of quiet ones. He really has a tough task. The fact he was even happy to be the in-game leader of this team. I thought with Sticker coming back, or maybe he'll have to do it. The fact that it's such a young individual at this level of Counter-Strike of Sense, showing he's up to the task. I don't envy him at all.
Tap to the head of Sense on his walkabout.
And it's good that Emma's looking much more comfortable. Even when we started with the first gun round, just getting to A-map up middle, grabbing a couple of kills, and now he's continuing on a bit of a rampage here, up to 7 frags in total, and that's what you want, especially with a rifler who can be as good as IEM. We go back to the Paris Major, you know, in contention for MVP, the guy was an absolute monster. And that is what put him on the map as Steeko takes wonderful off it. Shot. And they're able to scavenge back the AWP, so wonderful. We'll get that back into his hands. Plenty of cash flowing now for NaVi. Another round's gone by where only 1 kill and no plant is what Apeks have to take home for their troubles. So he took the time out in the previous. What is the follow through now that the guns are out? No Nork AWP to contest with Wonderful. Looks like an instant window smoke in the air. Also, tops cat smoke as well to get them across towards the mid box.
IEM, he's going for a forward mid maneuver, supported now by JL up on short side. It's JL that combines perfectly, repels the invaders. Mid now there, it's Nork disrupts. Did catch some flak from the underpass. Steeko pokes his head out of pallet. Whoa! The head's bit. Great shot from Steeko. Now, JL just about getting away with one onto Satsanito, puts it all back onto Nork. And that aggression seems to be a very solid go for NaVi.
But again, just confidence from IEM willing to do that. Now, obviously, those suppressing flashes from his teammates really help. It holds them at bay. They're not just scurrying through the smoke. He's able to capitalize on that. And the rest of his team gets the mop and bucket out. And now it's just Nork to go for a big 1-on-3 clutch.
He's not ready for this. Just going to be cleared out. Oh, missed shot. Nork off the bomb. They know where he is. Flank coming late. So it's essentially a 1v2 for now. Smoke and giving it a go. Hoping he jumps up. Playing for that elevation. JL. That's his triple kill. 9 frags so far from him. He seems very comfortable so far here on the CT side. And he was a big part of the reason that IEM managed to get away with that. Finding the first of that mid-aggress.
Yeah, it would have been really nice to get the bomb down, obviously, with the missed shot from Wonderful and thinking then he can win that heads-up duel. But you can see harassing through the smoke is JL. Then IEM gets to activate. You see the flash assist as well showing up in the kill feed. If that bomb went down, Apeks could have had another buy round. Now it has to be a partial investment. And now JL is starting to make some noise. This is a NaVi who, during the break, must have had a good hard look at themselves. Starting to see some confidence in the way that they're approaching the game. It's an A play.
Yeah, a bit. The well-timed incendiary. IEM does extinguish to stay under shadow. He gets away. Nice synchronicity between the A defense. In the smoke is Steeko. Not anymore. IEM ensures, and it is all over. Unless Nork's D can find 4 more. Great first.
I mean, that I think I was expecting. Right, they're confident. They're making decisions. The decision. Yeah, okay. Keeping them on their toes. A couple of nice ones there from Nork, but
there's no doubt they can shoot. There's no doubt. But yeah, NaVi, they are shooting harder right now. And in the gun rounds especially, and the absence of plants, it has just kind of, yeah, not a single one. Not a single one.
But it is trending upwards, Alex. In the last 2 rounds, they've managed 2 kills per round, as opposed to the previous 4. There was only 1 kill per round. So if we continue this fashion, so we're going to do 4 with only 1. We're going to do 3 with only 2.
Oh, this is like that.
We do 2 with
only with 2.
With only 2 surviving.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they start planting.
Oh no, then they won't win any rounds.
Oh. I remember those maths problems. They were the fun ones. Like, what's the go with this sequence?
None of them were fun.
No. Okay.
And this isn't fun for Apeks at all.
Man,
they need to penetrate a site and get the bomb down at least. With the max loss bonus, they can put themselves in buy potential again.
They're just going for an X-Heck. Like, Jacob's throwing mid-util, great, but...
But that makes sense because NaVi have been aggressive middle. So you're trying to catch it while IEM is either pushing up mid or overextending, and here they come. Bit, you need to delay them. Well timed.
He's going forward.
Look how perfect it is. They can't go through.
One incendiary solves that whole problem. Just a well-timed one. Now the backup smoke towards Palace separates Steeko.
I feel like it's a fake because there's nothing behind it.
Power of a single incendiary. Wonderful has that flash should he need it. Bit does. He's under a lot of scrutiny right now. Swings on out. Jacob. Haven't said that name an awful lot here on Mirage. He's been a high-impact player throughout the series.
Smokes will be fading.
They'd love to get that bomb down, but in the absence of smokes, it's not going to be easy. Jacob again. Fills the feed. A double. Sense needs this one onto the AWP. Wonderful misses the quick scope. If he can get another one CT, it's the round done. It's up to JL. Quick on the first. A 2v4 now 3.
Over.
Could be planting, but not with JL in CT.
They're going to fight Con together?
That can work. Alexi, ooh, gets away, but the loss of JL. Trying to reposition. Bomb will go down thanks to Jacob. Nork to cover. Opting for the full round the wall, 2 CT. Will they overlook this if he's quick?
12 bullets. I don't think he's in a position now where he can go for the reload. Might even. Oh, they have lots of cash. Give it a crack, Alexi.
Yeah, but with such low HP, he'd have to really catch him unawares. Nork's safe from this angle, I think. He is now looking towards CT. Considered it for a moment. Alexi trying to catch a timing window. Jacob tucked towards Tetra's side. And that's Nork converting the round for Apeks.
Kind of rough a bit because his incendiary was so well placed. They didn't extinguish or go. It was quiet on the side. You connect the player in as like, well, there's obviously nothing A. Bit's still alive. Let me take a look towards middle. Wonderful rotating because he's obscured by the smokes. Bit gets exposed. That flash that you mentioned couldn't come out in time. And then they slowly picked them apart. There was a decent chance if Wonderful had hit that shot, the second onto Sense, maybe, just maybe, it would have been enough as Blade has called the first tactical timeout of NaVi. And he always has a lot to say, does Blade. But they've been winning the mid-fight. That's something that's been going well for NaVi. So in this back and forth, when you're considering the mental warfare of in-game leaders, now with Sense and Code, you go, okay, well, the site hit worked. Do we continue to go for those site hits? Are we expecting them to stay so heavy on middle, right? Because you think about this, you got one player, Alexi, at your B extremity, you've got the other bit locking down A. It's that combination of Imma, JL, and Wonderful around middle. And if they can be lulled and baited into needing to clear that out or thinking it's more of a fight, then it can keep these extremity sites quite weak. A full buy for NaVi, made possible by the big streak of rounds. 6 on the trot, finally concluded. And a default spread from Apeks. So not an all-in, not a fast play towards middle for control, allowing NaVi to make the next move. Maybe even the first.
Yeah, I mean, if Emma had considered a full mid-control push, it would have been difficult to get past that Nork orb. Sense and Stiko hanging around controlling A pushes, and this default spread will have a timer on it. T-smoke top mid, and now smokes start to fly over A. Oh, a miss. Wonderful. Had an opportunity there for the opening. And Sense, first man in. Trying to lead by example. Clears his corners and down. Bit. The anchor delivers first blood for NaVi.
It opens some gaps. Look at this space that Jacob's taken. Able to get here undetected, and now pressure towards B. Jacob might be able to really work with this gap that his team are helping present up through connector.
These are those Apeks D rounds. Yeah, exposed. Nice work from JL.
Has to be a B finish. Look how disconnected. Stiko on A, the other two with the bomb towards B, and noted now.
Ooh, good find from Satsunito. If they can get past Alexi, it's game on. Oh, Satsunito sits him on his ass. Imma, hard long-range shot does dispatch of Satsunito, but the bomb now down, and Nork, we know what he's capable of in the clutch, and tends to come alive under pressure.
Oh, going to reroute all three together, so not allowing him to isolate these fights one-on-one.
Makes it perfect against an AWP. Can only fire one bullet at a time. And there it is, gets his first and does isolate, yeah, gets away, repositions, and he's hit another. The Nork clutch, manifesting before our very eyes, he gets all three. The Swede does it again.
Every game we've covered, Nork has had some massive impact with the AWP. You can understand why Apeks have signed this boy on a long-term contract. He just comes alive when the pressure is at its highest. He doesn't crumble. He doesn't miss these shots. He lights them up and wins a huge 1-on-3. Nork, you did it again.
I am astounded. That is, I mean, he's a gift. He is a gift for Apeks right now. They were running out. Look at him. Oh, it feels good. It's rare to see that much emotion on Nork.
Some fire in the belly.
That's got to feel so damn good. He's given him a real opportunity to close this half out strong. And Sense has found an opening onto the rival as well. Wonderful's gone. They do not give up easy to these Apeks boys. Compromised in their assembly of this roster. Satsunito caught out by the angle of JL. Strong equalizer, but he is trapped. That HE could be right on his nose. Jacob.
Oh, fading the smoke.
Oh, Bit. His aggression. Been rewarded. Takes down Jacob, and that's him.
Walk out A.
Oh, never mind. Stiko He's hit the first one to him immediately. Now off to Sense. If he can get both bit, it's brilliant. Still goes down, but not without a fight.
Here he is again.
Let's go. Welcome to Nork TV. Clutch after clutch with the AWP. Stay tuned. He's cooking. Interesting decision making out of JL. That implies he could be right there behind the smoke. It might delay Nork and that plant. Yeah, it has. And it allows JL to reposition. This is a thinking man's clutch from both of them. Now Nork considers the reroute. Does he? JL, what a clutch! Yeah, I'd raise my voice too, raise my tone. A triple kill, 14 frags from JL, and he has saved his team from red face in the 1v2.
Okay, very important from JL Nork. Looked like he was getting up to trouble again.
That smoke really slowed him down.
Yeah, just so focused on the fact that he could have leaked out through that window. Where on earth did JL get off to? Well, this rude shock as he closes round number 7 for NaVi.
Oh, that's a gift back. Clutch on clutch. Last round.
Compromise buys for both teams.
Trying to shake it off. Gets himself ready. CT smoke lined up. Bit under shadow. A heavy emphasis towards mid from NaVi. Just bit here. Forward position. I say that as him is going to provide a smoke to delay.
Stiko does have a molly from Palace, so he could burn him out from shadow. Bit has retained his smoke, or had.
Just dry, without the flashbang. Sensors caught Bit looking, playing anti, staring at the floor. Him at one back. Mid less of a threat.
Pushing CT. Three of them about to fight CT.
Oh, fighting. Alexi needs to tuck in. MP9 could be the weapon. Deep clear from Sense. Great awareness. 3-on-3. Last round of this half. There's a huge difference between 8-4 and 7-5.
I don't see a kit.
No, that makes things even harder. Stiko fully flashed off. The double would have been huge, but Jacob keeps it level. Favors Apeks now, especially with a headshot onto JL. Wonderful, what have you got for us? Through the flames. He's got no time for this. At a 7-5 half, Apeks, they find the recipe for success, winning 3 of the last 4 rounds of that half. They're making it work in this battle for survival.
Frags and flashes into the bottom of B. Olim, he'll pull back. Consistency in that A ramp prod out of Rebels is still set up, but it's not as brazen this time.
Yeah, I do like the op here. It is hard to take the ramp control the exact same way, but they're swinging on it. They're going for info. You do have to appreciate this.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to just play in the dark, I feel like that would be to just succumb to the better players.
All right, but it's pressure's mounting on Casey. They might catch a peek on this walk-in. Oh, wow. No, the shoulder's a little off. Casey gets bottled, but he still gets his frag. Not only 1, but 3.
He's got the A1S in hand. He's got a teammate right behind him. SNX comes over to close it, and Sun Pius is going to have to give us something finally. No, sir. Not going to happen. What a hold.
Wow, a bottle to the head, and he powers up against 3 kills. He might be kind of British.
Just slips out the right side. Barrel stuffs 2. That molly just bounces off his forehead.
Turned into a bar fight right here. That was beautiful. Nicely done from Casey.
No one's going to leave a mark, but at least he also bruises up the Falcons.
All right. Now, that'll get him thinking now. They try to play that as a hard round. Flay back to the same spot, but wasn't known. Oh.
Ouch.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there's more coming his way.
Oast.
Well, at least he got a shot off dispelled with some utility, but no damage dealt. T still coming on with torrential force. And SNX.
Snappy comes through as well to get the other. Rebels trying to play into it, trying to get something actively going, and unfortunately it just gives away 3 separate kills. The booster, a victim of the boostee. That dink on Snappy doesn't even
So close.
frag. Yeah,
So
unfortunate here for Rebels. Again, playing proactive. I would be...
Good evening. You're joining us right at the end of this battle between NaVi and Apeks. It's gone all 3 maps. There's been some celebrations, there's been some heartbreak, there's been some clutches, but no surprises there when Nork is in the server. The tenacious Apeks are fighting to take NaVi out of the running. Right here, right now, yeah. Nork's really feeling himself, and understandably so. 12 frags to his name. He's kept Apeks with a fighting chance into our final half.
Again, it's bit of a split pistol for Apeks. It's not going to be the 4-1 tank. It's Stico and Window. It's sent over towards Spawn, and it's NaVi out middle, springing to life with 3. Alexi with that bomb posture towards Con. Short smoked off. This feels quite telling of an ace split. So out of position for now are Apeks, but the commitment hasn't come through just yet.
Alexi might overlook that jungle position. Nork takes a pot shot. Stico. He's been spotted. Wonderful's got him locked in. That bomb down. Now the
Smoke kit for this.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Sense with that. Making his way back into the site now. They have jungle control. Alexi on triple though. And oh, what? Stico! He gets 2 on the hunt. And ready to knife it. Alexi B. Oh, yeah, no. It's not gone fantastically. Now sticking the defuse again. What is going on? Satsanito closes a 1,500 injection of cash and the round.
Oh, okay, that's both pistols in this map, and well, not out of the woods because the bomb went down, but Stico just lying in wait, and the fact that he snaps into the second, very surprising to see.
I thought it was all cooked for him when he got spotted out by Wonderful, but Bit, yeah, actually presented his back first, so miscom, I guess.
Yeah, and I think Alexi thought he had like a samurai sword or something that far away. He was with the bomb with the initial slashes. But as we mentioned, the bomb goes down. NaVi can force in Galils and pistols. They've opted to get a bit of util to work with. You can see dotted right now on the radar, those 2 smokes that Jacob is contending with. One towards, the window smoke, I believe it's missed. It has done. Top con smoke now. And a huge nade on Emma. Only one of the 2 Galils chunked down to 50.
She's going to walk through. Jacob was holding for it. Emma punished. And he's been a bit of a shining light for the boys so far. So Wonderful would retrieve, and Jacob's already picked off another. This is a double high impact from Jacob. Caught by Wonderful, but traded. This is dreamy for Apeks right now. NaVi, they're losing their grip. Letting it slip. Another round straight for Apeks, and it feels like an 8th is guaranteed. You just put all your investments into that. Empty-handed at the end of it. So both pistols, conversion's comfortable. An 8th round imminent.
You want to keep your heads high right now. I don't know who the talisman of this NaVi team is in terms of, I wanted to say attitude to uplift them, but it's JL. He's currently at 14 kills. Emma's at 14. They need to, I was going to say activate some of these individuals. We just started the T-half, so we still have a bit of time before we need to start worrying about that. But when we looked at Ancient and we looked at Anubis, that's the one that really sticks out like a sore thumb. Is Anubis, they were on a 5-map winning streak, and it was their home map, and they still weren't able to get the job done. Sometimes you just have to question. There's big names on NaVi as far as the value put on them goes. They haven't been delivering as well as they can. I think without Wonderful on map number 1, they would never have converted that. It could have even been a 2-0 for Apeks.
Oh, yeah. Stico's abused them there.
Yeah, you love that, right? The Molly forces them back deep in the kitchen. Hit him with a wall bang.
Hit him with a deagle headshot.
Yeah, and that's the type of Wonderful we need a little bit more of. If there's some way that NaVi could sneak the plant in a round like this. Okay, that has opened the door to do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, he's now noticed Santanito's the next first responder to this.
He needs to value, Alex. He needs to stay alive. Nork's pushing. This timing could be insane.
It's going to be massive. Their whole squad got their back turned. Nork, he's going to have wonderful in his sights. Just takes the fight when it's given to him.
They can plant, though.
Yeah, playing for the retake now. Injection of cash. Deco, what was that from Bit? Punishes the aggression. Up to Nork now to step up. Loud, audible, awkward for Satsanito. JL's keeping him trapped on mid. They need to retake this bomb site. NaVi,
He's done so much.
somehow with some deagle headshots, some mechanical prowess.
Nork's getting no help.
Yeah, and he's gone down to the Alexi P250. NaVi, it's their turn now for the complete perfect round. I mean, it started with Wonderful's deagle. JL hitting that shot onto Sense completely pulled everything out of the hat.
Yeah, chef's kiss right there from JL, and understandably so. They were some nice shots. I think Bits was extremely important as they enter in towards that B bomb site. We'll catch these again in the highlight reel, but that, as you mentioned, we conclude against the Force by, you're sitting there thinking to yourself as JL looking smug with himself, it had to be the 8th for Apeks, and it should have been. So this is the shot from, well, yeah, this one is a big one onto Sense, right? It opens up the door and kind of sucks out that rotation, but this one from Bit, the banger onto Stiko, and as mentioned, Nork wasn't getting any help. And, a tough moment for Apeks. That is going to get them down in the dumps. Have a quick little technical issue here to solve. Headset, apparently, so we'll be trying to get this one sorted ASAP.
Well, what felt like a guaranteed 8 has been stolen away. And you can stew on that while you're trying to adjust your headset.
Still troubling for NaVi. If that's the type of rounds, well, it doesn't matter, I suppose. It's an elimination series, do or die. JL feeling a good vibe after that, but the ups and the downs that NaVi have experienced today is classic. Maybe it comes with Apeks. Maybe they're the ones that bring you down, wrestle you into the mud.
Yeah, you have to fight them with their own game. Ooh, yeah, it's a tough one. It leaves you kind of feeling a bit icky.
I guess to recap the series so far, we started on Ancient. That was the map choice of Apeks, and it fell against them 13-11. With NaVi getting both pistols and Wonderful with a huge performance, 28 kills to his name. We then moved on to NaVi's turf. That was Anubis.
And as you explained, this was where a 5-game wins, or 5-map, win streak from NaVi, broken by Apeks.
Yeah, and it's their home turf, right? You're expecting them to get it done there in that 2-0 fashion. Split pistols, Stiko and Jacob with some big impact, especially late clutches from Jacob. Stiko with some big pushes. That's Bit with a smile. And this is where we find ourselves, map number 3. 7-5 on the half in favor of NaVi. Now just winning a big deco round to keep them just in the lead by 1.
And during our tech pause, if you're curious, you can be sure to check out that B stream where Falcons are taking on Rebels. The Polish squad impressing us during the play-in, securing themselves a spot, taking down a big name to start off proceedings in that play-in.
Yeah, Cloud9 on Mirage.
None other than C9. World rank, current rank 118 according to HLTV.
I will I'll put a dampener on the Rebels story. They had the easiest bracket run maybe in Katowice history to get themselves from the play-in into the group stage. Rooster, M80 with a coach. Those were the 2 possible teams they could have played to get themselves here.
I'm not going to doubt that. Not going to.
But if they beat Falcons,
that's where I'm going. If they take down Falcons, this multi-million-dollar squad. I mean, that would be one hell of a feather in their cap. But that's an if. You can check it out for yourselves over on the B stream, or of course watch them simultaneously. You dual monitor gamers.
We see the clap of the hands there from Blade, and the round's starting to move again. That means tech timeout. That has subsided, and we're about to get back into play. Sasanito saved the M4. The rest of the Apeks members apparently about to do the same. Next round they get 1,900 loss, and it's going to be touch and go with the buys. Let's see, Sasanito need to find some impact with this early and going for an underpass push. Emma, the individual tasked with dealing with that, and might even offer himself up as he starts to leer down the stairs.
Okay, it's all about his timing here. Santanito versus Imit. Imit's caught a whiff, I think. Yeah, he was well trained on that position, and so the potency of this round fizzles out.
I like the aggression. I just think maybe a bit more follow through. A teammate, someone to bait for you, it being more aggressive. Sitting and waiting to not even get a chance to use the save rifle. It's like, well, maybe last round you could have helped Nork. Stiko has at least been able to take some space based off of Imma's movements, and they have 3 players over towards A. There's a chance it could get chaotic. No, there's not. It sweeps any problems under the rug. And the Deagle gets wild, but will still connect. And it is just the aforementioned Stiko B apartments push.
This butter knife. Well, it's like a nice, a welcome respite from the chaos in this series so far. Probably the most convincing one NaVi have had in some time.
And also in this moment, we can talk about the matchup to come this evening here on the mainstream. FaZe versus Eternal Fire. Eternal Fire on Quiet the Run. FaZe just started their campaign against the easiest of opponents. Nice shot there from Stiko. Couldn't miss that one, could he? But the reason that that's important is the winner of this series will take on the loser of that one. So if FaZe or Eternal Fire lose, they will be taking on whoever is able to come out triumphant as we continue this tug of war, this arm wrestle, this back and forth affair between NaVi and Apeks. This lower back at run, with whoever the third team from Group A that will be able to push their way into the Spodek. It is going to be a tall task, as sticking out you could see how much of an indication Imma had. Find that frag. And out come the guns. Feeling like it's becoming do or die for Apeks now. NaVi are just 4 rounds away from picking up map number 3, keeping their Katowice run alive.
Interesting. They're going to go for a bit more of an aggressive setup towards B. There's Satanita that takes this early amp space. Boosted up and tucked in.
Oh, if you can't go under them, apparently you go over them. Satanita might need to go through them, as they've completely evaporated from any B apartment's pressure. Wonderful being called back over towards A. Imma now tasked with middle. Sense burnt out of position. And a rotation from Nork and Jacob because they've been smoked off for now.
Interesting to see Nork floating back. I
guess they're worried about a window boost.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Because they don't have any eyes on middle.
Sen's been having a rough go of things.
Contact. He's going to be burnt out. Flushed.
No reaction required. Sen's
surprise!
Completely off guard by that contact walk up the ramp.
Imma's going to catch Sasanito here.
Oh, wow, Jacob. That does a lot of damage onto Wonderful. Imma catching Sasanito for sure, so there's really no hope for Apeks here. And down he goes. Bit hits him with the shrapnel from the HE. And Stiko once again finds himself on the wrong side of the map. They know where he plays, and now they know exactly where he is. Taking down Imma's one, but they want to take this away. They want to remove everything.
Wow, this is on point for classic Apeks. Right now, I'm sure we're going to see something that's a partial investment, and then there'll need to be some heroic. Somebody stepping up with the clutch. We tend to get these bursts of rounds. How are they able to bounce back once more and show us that same play that we've seen throughout this tournament? It's been quite a wild ride for Apeks from the play-ins to the group stage. But this was perfect. Just contact out the molly, perfectly placed. Sense, no choice. You either sit and burn, or you swing and walk into 3 NaVi members. As the final tactical timeout, the final 30 seconds as they get closer to victory, JL becomes even more animated. Myth up with final marching orders, final inspirational speech. Done it once, they did it again. And this could be the 3rd bite of that cherry.
Is there anything left here for Apeks? It's been a convincing little run now from NaVi to stabilize in this lower bracket.
And it all started with the Deagles.
Yeah, I mean, that round.
Those are the regrettable rounds, right? There's a reason that they really sour the mood within a team when you lose a round where the others have just invested, what, $700? A couple of hand cannons, and they just hit some absolute zingers. And now you've lost 3 on the trot. You're on an eco of your own. 11 feels like it's destined for NaVi. The guns come back out, you lose that. Well, it feels like you've lost the game.
Well, I mean, there's a reason that you could see just like so much joy from JL after that round. He knew what it meant. He knew it marked what was a nullification of those hero rounds out of Nork.
And they found some confidence across their individuals.
Oh, yeah.
Missed jump. The riflers starting to find some form. JL, Imma, and Bit all in the teens.
Dead now. sense as well. Apeks punishes that retrieval. And walk the bomb wherever they want. Nork and his trusty 5-7 going to be disconnected from this one. Of course, you can see there's no answers yet. Wonderful to be diligent on his clears. Wide open B-bomb site, but they're not to know. Maneuvering in to get that bomb down. An imminent 11 for NaVi. There it is, secure. Imme with a triple, padding the stats nicely. 19 from Imme, and 2 rounds away from elimination are Apeks.
Yeah, it has to be somewhat flawless in a round like this. You just show strong rifle form now, Apeks. You had the pistol, the conversion against the Force, the loss to the Deagles. You've lost 1 gun round since, and now you get another opportunity with everything you'd want and more. I say that, they're missing a defuse kit. And Sense could have bought one as well. He has $500 left over.
Oh, that would have been nice. As look at this, very forward position from mid. He's just going to creep and crawl. It worked for him once, and it might work again. Sense was default. Safe from the flames this time. Whoa, Image sharp. He just out-AWP'd an AWPer. An AK-47 bullet right between the eyes. Nork is gone. JL's working.
Stigo has support from Sasanito, who's floating back towards B. This would be hard for NaVi to break, or so you'd suspect.
Jacob's been a bit hard done by there. 4 HP left on Alexi after that engagement. Stigo breaks out, hits his shots, commits to the ball back to JL. I mean, he kept his boots planted. So 3 versus 2, advantage just by a slight margin.
The path of least resistance would be down through the underpass into connector. Senses over towards the A ramp. He's become the loose piece on A, but they know he's the A defender. And Sasanito already starting to cheat back from the B site, but staying silent about this. Boosting window. Alexi can cut off the rotation.
Oh, Sasanito. Unawares.
And no Sense is the A holder.
They're going to try and find him and fight him. Gives him an opportunity. It's not much, but it's an opportunity. And Alexi, wow! A triple kill round, 2 of which with 4 HP. Jacob brought him low and it didn't seem to matter.
Oh, those claps aren't going to mean a lot. Lost bonus maxed out in the dumps now. Just 1 more round for NaVi to keep themselves alive in Katowice. The individuals maybe not showing the highest of their skill ceiling this evening, but they've shown up on map number 3 where it matters most. Just need to get past this final investment from Apeks.
Yeah, and Imme's really kind of warmed into things as well. High impact opening in the previous. And it all has to be Apeks if they want to stay here in Katowice. Could end right here and right now. Nade looks good. That's better. Jacob's aggression has caught Imme unawares. So taking down that potent piece. It's a good start. More required. Jacob down. Alexi meets Katsunito's double. Huge start for Apex's defense.
Nico's going to find the bomb with this push.
And bit, yeah, it's going to be nice foul for him. No, he gets his gun out in time. Good anticipation from him. Satsunito putting in a strong shift. At least Pitt's got himself that bomb and that kill. He's got time to work with as well. If Satsunito over pushes this, you can see he hasn't. He's actually starting to get himself back out of dodge, be responsible for that B-bomb site. And getting the info there, Nork. Quick to do so. Just had his knife out and jiggled.
Sasanito should have.
It's Nork that finds it. So yeah, I mean, this is a long road back in. This is a long one.
There are some huge issues that they're going to have to overcome to get there. Alexi, before investment right now, has 16K. And a timeout has just been used from Blade. So does he have the finishing blow? The answer to this Apeks problem. And that's what they have been for multiple teams. Just ask Furia and Big about that. Moving 1,000,000 miles a minute, 30 seconds to get at how you would want this team to proceed. The nod of acknowledgement from Alexi, and freeze time starting to trickle on down. So we're about to get things back underway. Apeks, how much longer can you hold on? I've started with Jacob's aggression through the underpass.
Which we know Jacob is a brave soldier. He'll go and do that without another question, without second guessing the call. And off the back of this timeout, let's see what Jacob can do this time. Audible, Image, just charging, stampeding, and it's going to be, oh, nothing! Empty-handed, covered by Alexi, and 2 immediate frags for NaVi in the feed.
Couldn't have worked out better.
Apeks are 3 deaths away from elimination right here, right now, and it's Sense with a whole squad in front of him. That smoke won't last forever. Bit expecting, anticipating a close ramp play. Pre-aiming it, covered JL. Morton is great, wonderful, missing his shot, could lead to another, but quick to swap to the Glock, and now it all hinges on these 2. Stiko, good for the first of this 2v4. Nork, playing CT, a smoke to play around. He's given himself a little bit of a playground to survive. He swings through, ahead of the smoke, doesn't find the kill. The lethality was needed. Alexi's found Stiko, and it seems NaVi have done enough. It's just Nork in the clutch. And he's gone. Bits secures it. NaVi will fight another day. Apeks packing their suitcases. They put up one hell of a fight, breaking the Anubis streak of NaVi. And the individuals, they had to wake up. Im at the top of the scoreboard here on the 3rd, bit not far behind. Apeks tenacious for sure, taking scalps on their path. But